17 newsmakers now, and for months now we've heard the warnings from fire officials. It's going to be a very busy fire season, and we're already seeing a preview of what's to come. And joining us now to talk more about what we need to know, especially in our area, is Kern County Fire Chief David Witt. Good morning, Chief. Thanks so much for joining us.
Good morning, Alex. Thank you for having me.
We've heard these warnings from your department, from fire officials up and down the state, and sure enough, we're already seeing some wildfires across California. Yeah. What is the major concern for you as we get into the hottest part of the year?
So I'm really concerned about the drought, the changing climate through the years of where we're at and where we're headed. 20 of the most destructive out of the 20 most destructive wildfires, 15 of them happened in the last 10 years. And we're seeing vegetation changes, we're seeing extreme drought. And with that, the fires are burning more intense than ever. They're harder to control. It takes more people to put them out. And then with urban sprawl, we've got a recipe for disaster.
Well, let's talk about the drought, because this morning, about 35 minutes ago, the drought monitor was just updated, and I want to pull it up for you here at home to see. One thing I noticed that is different this week compared to last week is now that all areas of Kern County, from the west side to the east side, north and south, all areas are now in an extreme drought. It is the beginning parts of May. Why is this concerning for you?
Well, with the vegetation that dries, it ignites easier and spreads more rapidly. And so when you look at that screen, I mean, it's very telling. From just the other day, 2,000 acre fire in Lost Hills and 4,000 acres within the last few days. We are in an extreme situation, and we need to be careful. Well,
now we're looking at the state here, and it looks like a vast majority of California is seeing those extreme drought conditions. So as you're the county fire chief, as you're talking to other chiefs and other departments up and down the state, what is the concern, and how are you guys preparing for this fire season? Because I know that you all work together, the mutual aid agreement, you all work together when there are big wildfires. What are you guys talking about right now, and how is it maybe different from in years past?
Well, currently we're ramping up our seasonal hand crews. Those 20-person crews, we have 2 of them. We've ramped up our helicopter operation, our dozer operation, and across the state we're doing that. Governor Newsom had money available to help with the contract counties. We supply a service to the state of California. We were given over $1 million from the governor to help fight fires early this year because of drought conditions, and so we're bringing them on early. We're preparing earlier through training, and we're ramping up. We're getting ready through that.
Last fire season, it seemed like it went into the fall even,
yes,
and
yes,
maybe even to the early parts of winter. We want to show you some stats just to kind of remind people of what we experienced last year. So fire season 2020, we saw nearly 10,000 wildfires across the state, and it burned more than 4 million acres. That's almost as if most of Kern County burned, yes, total land. If all of Kern County, or most of Kern County, if it burned across the state, which is just a remarkable amount of land burned just last year. Do you think it's going to be worse this year? Is it hard to tell?
It's really hard to tell. But given the situation that we've been in for a number of years, judging from past and future, the way we seem to think it's headed, it's going to be an extreme year, and we need to be ready for that.
Okay, I want to ask you, the county fire chief, what areas of Kern County are you most concerned about? Are there any?
Well, yes, all of Kern County, because our fires, we can get big fires almost anywhere just outside the urban area. And so Tehachapi, Lake Isabella, Fraser Park, even on the west side, even though the grass is short this year, with the right wind, it can take off and go. With the Erskine fire not too long ago, we lost 300 homes. We've had fires up north like the Camp Fire, where it leveled the whole city. And so we need to be vigilant, and we need to be ready to go. Make sure you have what you need and prepared, so if we say leave, you can leave.
This is National Fire Awareness Month, and we think of wildfires and we think, oh, they only happen up in the mountains. What about us in Bakersfield? Most people who live in Kern County live on the valley floor. What do we need to be doing?
Well, we need to be thinking about that lot next door, maybe that's vacant, or a vacant house that's right next door. We need to prepare and protect ourselves, and just be thinking about it, be cognizant. If something catches fire, what are we going to do? What is our family going to do? And have a plan.
All right, Fire Chief David Witt, thanks so much for joining us this morning. It is going to be a busy fire season, I know. We all have a responsibility to make sure that we don't let those fires get out of control. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. Do appreciate it.
Thank you, Alex.